My name is Winrich, and this is a video about how to make whips in different lengths. Now I know there's a lot of videos out there that show whip designs, and some of you out there want to know how do I take that design that I learned on YouTube but make it like longer or shorter. So that's what this video is about, and to illustrate my points I've drawn out a few slides using only the best printer paper and Sharpies. Hope you like them.
A question that I often get asked is, how long do I cut my strands? Well, for parachute cord, my general formula is in the middle right there. It's 1.8 times X, where X is the desired length of the braiding. So as a quick example, say I want to braid something 10 feet long, well, then I'm going to cut my strands 18 feet long, so I end up with a finished length of 10 feet. And in a lot of whip designs, the strands will get doubled over, either like passed through a loop, like in a performance hybrid whip or a cow whip, or even when I make bull whips, I kind of start everything from a loop, so I have something to kind of secure it to the wall with. So that's why I have that second formula, 2 times 1.8 times X, where X is the desired length of the braiding, because I've really got to multiply it by 2 if you're going to double over the whole thing. So say I'm making a 10-foot whip, and I'm doubling over all the strands, well then my longest strands are going to be cut 36 foot long. If you've seen my video that I did with Nick Schrader, where we make a bull whip with a single belly, that was a 6-footer. And here I've written out all the different lengths of the core and the belly for that design if you want to make different lengths. So I wrote out 4-foot, 6-foot, 8-foot, 10-foot. And generally you can see that the core is 1/2 the length of the desired finished whip length. And then the belly is 5/8 of the desired finished length of the whip. So you can see that with like a 4-foot whip, the core is 2 foot. Of course, 2 is half of 4, and then 2 foot 6 inches. That's 5/8 of 4 feet. Nick Schrader also has a video up about how to make a stock whip to a design that I showed him. So here's just a quick chart of different lengths that you use in that design of whip. Now the basic design in Nick's video I think is a 4-foot 6-inch whip, so there the core is basically half the length of the finished whip. And then you can see 5-foot, which is 60 inches, well half of that is 30 inches, and then in a 6-foot you'd make the core about 36 inches. And in this stock whip design it doesn't have a braided belly. And I did get a question about a whip design that I don't know anything about, and it's a few snake whip designs that are on YouTube, and someone I think made a 3 or 4-footer and wanted to know how to make a 6-footer. Well, I really have no idea how to change that design myself because I don't know the design and I haven't made it. But I wanted to show here's my general formula for how to make whips different lengths. And it's all about ratios, as you can see. So kind of first you got to come up with, say, whatever your original whip part is, say like the first belly. And then you're going to divide that by whatever length that whip is. So let's say if you're making you got a 2-foot belly, and then the whip ends up being 4 foot, the ratio is 1/2. So then you just got to multiply that by whatever length you want to end up with at the end. And then that will equal the desired whip part. And so I kind of wrote it out in some algebra gibberish, maybe to some of you, where B1 would be like your belly number 1, W1 would be your whip design number 1, the one you're working from, and W2 would be the whip design you want to get, and then B2 would be like the belly that you want to put in that whip. So it's basically whatever belly in your original design divided by the final length of that whip times the length of the whip you want will equal the belly that you need to put into this whip. Ooh, algebra.
Well, as you can see, the name of the game when it comes to changing the size of a whip is ratios. So if you start thinking of any whip design you learn in terms of ratios, then it becomes very easy to take that design and scale it up or scale it down. And the idea of ratios also applies to where you put your strand drops in the whip. And what I would strongly recommend for everybody is when you're making a whip, particularly making it in a new length, keep a notebook as you go along. Use the ratios that I presented here as a starting point, and then you keep a notebook, and once you finish the whip, I'm sure you're going to have ideas of where you can fine-tune some of the lengths, maybe make a whip that cracks a little bit better for you. Or if you've used my idea of a 1.8 times whatever the finished length you're trying to get. For some people that might be a little short, for some people it might be a little long. So you can use your notebook to start determining what the exact lengths of each strand need to be when you make your next whip, and that will help eliminate some waste. Well, my name is Adam Winrich. Thanks for watching, and if you've enjoyed my videos over the years and you'd like to show a little bit of support, you can drop $1 in my Venmo or my PayPal. I'll put them in the description below. Hope you all have a great day.